It was raining that night. A soaked young man stood under the flickering streetlight, clutching a wrinkled envelope in his trembling hands. His shoes were torn, his uniform stained from long hours at the cafe, but his heart, it still dared to dream. Across the street, as she stepped out of her father's luxury car, an elegant girl in a nurse's uniform, her eyes gentle yet distant. She didn't see the boy standing there, watching her with quiet admiration. "Be my date to the dance," he whispered under his breath, practicing words he might never have the courage to say. What neither of them knew that night was that this one question would change both of their lives forever. Rayan was known as the invisible student. He studied at a nursing college in the city, not because he came from wealth, but because he fought for every scholarship, every shift, every ounce of respect. His father, a retired factory worker, had fallen ill years ago. His mother worked double shifts at a garment shop. Rayan's world was small, a rented room, a cracked phone, and dreams too big for his pocket. Yet, he carried himself with quiet dignity. Every morning before dawn he would serve tea at a roadside cafe, his hands stained with tea powder and sweat, and then rush to campus, pretending he was just another student, not the boy who washed dishes at night. But what made him different wasn't his struggle. It was his heart. He helped classmates with notes, volunteered at the campus clinic, and often gave away his own lunch to patients who couldn't afford food. His friends teased him, saying, "Rayan, you'll heal the world, but who'll heal you?" He'd smile. "Kindness pays back, one way or another." Then one afternoon, she walked in. Her name was Maya, a new trainee nurse assigned to assist the medical wing. She wasn't like the other interns. She was polite, focused, and humble, and nobody knew much about her, except that she arrived in a chauffeur-driven car and often avoided conversations about her family. Maya noticed Rayan almost immediately, the boy who stayed back after lectures to clean, who skipped lunch but made sure others ate. There was something painfully genuine about him. One evening, during a campus blood donation drive, Rayan fainted, exhaustion and hunger finally catching up. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in the infirmary, and Maya was there, holding a wet towel to his forehead. "Hey, easy, you fainted," she said softly. Rayan blinked, embarrassed. "I'm fine, really. I shouldn't be lying here. Others need this bed." She smiled. "You think helping others means never taking care of yourself?" That was their first real conversation, a quiet moment of warmth between two people from worlds apart. Over the next few weeks, Maya started noticing his routine. The late nights, the tired eyes, the same two shirts he wore on rotation. And yet, he never complained. Sometimes, she'd leave an extra sandwich on the counter, by accident. Sometimes he'd stay after his shift to fix the light near her station. Slowly, friendship found its way into their tired lives. But what Maya never told him was that her father, Mr. Salman Hashmi, was one of the richest CEOs in the country, owner of the hospital chain where they studied. She didn't want to be treated differently. She wanted to prove herself as a nurse, not as the boss's daughter. Meanwhile, the annual charity dance gala was approaching, an event where students were invited to attend with a date. For most, it was a fun night. For Rayan, it was an impossible dream. He couldn't afford the ticket, the suit, or the confidence to ask anyone. But when he saw Maya laughing under the cherry blossom tree one evening, sunlight dancing in her hair, he caught himself whispering, "Be my date to the dance." He didn't mean to say it out loud, but she heard. She turned, surprised. "What did you say?" He froze. His mind screamed, "You fool!" But Maya smiled, breaking the silence. "Are you asking me to the dance, Rayan?" He looked down, flustered. No, I mean someone like you deserves someone who can actually buy a ticket." She stepped closer, eyes kind. "What if I said yes?" He looked up, confused. "You'd go with me?"
She nodded.
"Why not? You're the kindest person I've met here." For the first time in years, Rayan felt like his world expanded, that maybe, just maybe, he could belong somewhere beyond his struggle. He worked extra hours, bought a second-hand suit, polished his old shoes until they gleamed. The night of the dance came, and he had never felt so alive. But fate wasn't done testing him yet. The ballroom shimmered with lights. Students danced, laughed, and took selfies in glittering gowns and tuxedos. When Rayan walked in, heads turned, not because of his clothes, but because of the confidence in his eyes. Then Maya entered, simple, elegant, radiant in a blue dress. She waved when she saw him, and for a moment, everything felt perfect. They danced under the lights, laughing like they had known each other for years. Rayan forgot the weight of his poverty, the pain of his past. That night, he was just a boy, and she was just a girl, until whispers began. "Do you know who she is?" One student murmured.
"That's Maya Hashmi, the CEO's daughter." Rayan froze.
The world seemed to tilt. He turned to Maya. "Is it true?" Her smile faded. "Rayan, I wanted to tell you." But he stepped back. "You're his daughter? The owner of the hospital?" She nodded, guilt in her eyes. "Yes, but please." He laughed bitterly. "I served tea in his hospital cafe. Do you know what it's like to hide your uniform just so people won't pity you?" Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't care about who you were, Rayan. I cared about you. But pride is a heavy armor for the poor." He left that night, broken, humiliated, and sure he had been part of some cruel joke. Maya tried to reach him for days. He avoided her calls, her messages, her eyes. Then one stormy evening he got a call from the hospital. There had been an accident, a truck crash. Several patients needed blood. Without thinking, Rayan ran there. And when he arrived, he saw Maya, bruised, exhausted, still in her nurse's gown, working tirelessly in the emergency ward. She had been volunteering all day, refusing to rest. She looked up when she saw him. "Rayan, you came." He hesitated, heart pounding. "You shouldn't be here in this condition." She smiled weakly. "You taught me that kindness doesn't wait for comfort." Something broke inside him. The walls he'd built, the shame he carried. Without a word, he joined her, helping carry stretchers, checking vitals, offering water. By dawn, when the last patient stabilized, Maya nearly collapsed. Rayan caught her, whispering, "You could have died." She looked up, tears glistening. "If helping people makes me poor for a moment, then I want to be poor like you, Rayan." He closed his eyes, her words echoing in his soul. Later, when Mr. Hashmi arrived, furious and worried, Rayan prepared himself for another humiliation. But instead, the old man looked at him, then at his daughter, and sighed. "She's never been this happy in her life," he said quietly. "If you're the reason, then maybe I owe you more than gratitude." Rayan was speechless. Months passed. Rayan graduated with honors, recommended personally by the hospital board, and by Maya's father himself. He earned a scholarship abroad, but before leaving, he met Maya one last time under the cherry blossom tree. "Still waiting for another dance?" he teased. She smiled. "Only if you're the one asking." He took her hand gently, whispering, "Be my date to life this time." She laughed softly, tears in her eyes. "Yes, Rayan, always." Years later, people spoke of Rayan not as the poor boy who asked a rich girl to dance, but as the doctor who built free clinics for children across the country. Beside him always was Maya, not as the CEO's daughter, but as a nurse, a partner, and a soul who believed love and compassion were the true currencies of life. Whenever reporters asked Rayan what changed his fate, he'd smile and say, "Just one question I had the courage to ask." The story of Rayan and Maya became a quiet legend in their city. Proof that love doesn't look at wealth, that kindness isn't weakness, and that sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is ask for a chance, even when you think you don't deserve it. Because one question, whispered in courage, can rewrite your entire destiny.